LeBron James, man. LeBron James. One of the greatest players of all time. One of the 5 best, in my opinion. And I don't think anyone's going to argue that. A legend, a 3-time champion, 4-time MVP, maybe 5 by the time the season's over. And he added another chapter in his legendary career, his legendary playoff career here tonight. 36 points in a big game. Game 3. We know the statistics about a team that wins in a 1-1 series, the team that wins Game 3, how they go on to usually win that series. Lucky. I don't think they were lucky tonight. I think they were just good. And in a huge opportunity here against Houston, LeBron showed up and delivered once again. 36 points, 13 for 23 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3, and also 4 blocks. 4 blocks tonight from LeBron. We all remember the block by James in 2016 against the Iguodala. He had 4 terrific blocks, just like that one. Maybe not as good as that one, but he had 4 great blocks tonight. Playoff Rondo. We'll get to Rondo in just a second. As soon as the Lakers won on the 10-0 run, I knew it was over. First, thank you, Jay. What's up? Good to see you. Playoff Rondo is a real thing. Yes, Playoff Rondo, who everybody loves to make fun of. And there have been many times during this regular season and playoffs where I'm like, why is Rondo on this team? He is awful. There's no point in him. He was so special tonight. 21 points, 8 for 11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, and 9 assists. 21 and 9. And you know what? People are wondering if Rondo is your point guard, can you really get that far? If you can get that performance from Rondo every single game, then the Lakers are going to win the title. But we just don't know if that's something that we can count on for the next, 10 to 15 games, however much longer this NBA season goes. But he was terrific tonight, and then also Anthony Davis, who we can't leave out either. We've had questions about him in the playoffs in big spots. 26 points, 9 for 13 from the field, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists from him. So the big 3 tonight for the Lakers came through. And here's the thing that I also realized. The Rockets tonight played really well. I can't sit here and go crazy about Harden and Westbrook. They played really well. Harden was 11 for 23. Westbrook was 13 for 24. They both almost shot 50%. I think Westbrook shot a little bit above it. Harden shot a little bit below it. But they both played great tonight. Harden with 33, Westbrook with 30. So they were fantastic. There was really no bad play tonight from Houston or bad performances, except maybe for Eric Gordon. He was 2 for 9 from the field tonight. But there was no one really bad. It was just the Lakers were better. It was just that you had a Lakers team that was just so much more in control. Westbrook and Harden tonight combined for 63 points. Davis and LeBron scored for combined for 62. So yeah, that's crazy. Look at that. Harden and Westbrook 63. LeBron and AD 62. And here's where Rondo helps come in. The third highest scorer on the Rockets scored 16. The third highest scorer on the Lakers scored 21. Also, the 4th highest scorer on the Lakers scored 14. The 4th highest scorer on the Rockets scored 10. So there's the advantage there in the depth tonight. It was really because as great as LeBron and AD was, he needed the help. They needed some help, and we've had problems. We've questioned whether or not. Let me just back this up here for just a second. We've had questions about whether or not LeBron and AD if they could get the help that they need, and tonight they got it from those guys. Rockets, one more game, maybe. The Yankees lose. Oh, gosh, we'll get to the Yankees. But I'm getting 3 playoff Rondos. Rockets. The Rockets are not out of it yet. Can't count this team. I really thought Houston was going to win tonight. No, I thought the Lakers, because I'm a believer in the Lakers here. They are a better team than Houston and a little bit more talented. I just felt like the Browns was going to carry these guys tonight. And again, it wasn't because I thought, okay, Harden and Westbrook were going to be bad tonight or something like that. They were great. I can't really nitpick them. It was just so many. It was the greatness of LeBron and AD and Rondo coming through for the Lakers. The Lakers were just a little bit deeper than Houston was. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, we saw it last night with the game that I'm already forgetting what it was. Was it Clippers and Nuggets, where the Nuggets just were dead in the fourth quarter? Same thing here. The Lakers, this game was so close. This game was close for the most part in the 3 quarters. And then the fourth quarter, the Lakers took over. I'm trying to look at it's time for our annual, not annual, but like our daily breakdown of certain sections of the games, because looking for the moment where it all turned around. And if you wanted it, it was 85. It was 84-85. It was 85-84 Houston with 11:11 to go. Kuzma misses a 3. Covington misses a 3. LeBron gets the rebound. And then LeBron on an assist from Rondo gets the layup, makes it 86-85. Gordon misses. All right, so there's 10:07 left. Rockets are up 85-84. LeBron makes a layup, makes it 86-85. Eric Gordon misses a 3. And then Rondo comes in and makes a huge 3, makes it 89-85. Westbrook misses a shot. And then Rondo makes another 3, makes it 92-85. Harden's pad pass. Rondo steals it. Rondo with another. So Rondo, in the big spot there, in that big 10-0 run, Rondo's responsible for 8 points and made it 94-85. So that 2 minutes there, or that minute and a half decided the game. And the Rockets never came back. Caruso made a big 3 after that, and it was over. So that was the minute and a half that decided this game. The Rockets never again came back. Same RIP Yankees. I know, yes, you guys will want to make fun of my Yankees, which is fair. Understandable. They're awful. I don't understand how this man LeBron gets so much hate. Dude is an incredible role model and all-time great. Because people are haters. Because people are so miserable. Not you guys, but there are so many people out there that are so miserable. They want to hate on anyone and anything. And LeBron is, again, he's one of the 5 best players in the NBA. He's an athletic freak. He's carried so many teams on his back, and he did it here again tonight. AD is straight to the Rockets better use that advantage. And they didn't. Tonight the Rockets didn't use that advantage. AD was really good tonight. And LeBron was really good tonight. LeBron and AD went at it with Westbrook and Harden. Those guys were going back and forth in terms of who had more points. But it was the Lakers. It was the third guy for the Lakers in Rondo who came through. And the Lakers need that. That is the other thing I've been saying. The Lakers need that performance from everybody else because AD and LeBron are great. But they need somebody else out. So they needed some help. And Rondo tonight was that help. I did not do a Heat Bucks reaction because I said that I thought that series was over after Game 3. It's now officially over. Miami wins. Congratulations to Miami. Tyler Hero showed up tonight. The Heat have done it. They've knocked off the Bucks. Giannis didn't play tonight. That was the other sign that we knew the series was over. And, credit to the Bucks for nothing because Miami dominated the series. They were huge underdogs. They came in. They beat them down. Milwaukee, so much struggle tonight. So much struggle throughout this entire series, especially with Giannis. I hope he's okay. But this is such a disappointment for Milwaukee. There's going to be big changes going forward because this is an embarrassment for Milwaukee. You were this good all year, and then it comes to the playoffs, and it's the second year in a row now. You come to the playoffs, and you have a terrible time in a series. You couldn't even force the Raptors to Game 7, and now here you get blown out by the Heat. It's wild, man. So now we're down to Heat, Celtics, and Raptors. And who's the favorite right now? Because that is not an easy conference. But I thought it was runaway Heat, or I thought it was runaway Bucks at the beginning of this conference, beginning of this playoffs. Now I don't know. I don't know who's that other team. Who is that Eastern Conference favorite right now? Is it Miami because they just beat the best team in the East? Is it Boston because maybe they have a more talented team? Is it Toronto because they have that championship pedigree? It's really hard to figure out here. All right, so we're getting the odds right now. Actually, they're locked, so I can't give you the odds. The game's over. Give me odds. Okay, Eastern Conference odds. Right now, the Heat are minus 140, the Celtics are plus 135, and the Raptors are plus 750. So right now, the Miami Heat are the favorites to win the Eastern Conference, which is crazy to think at the beginning of this year, but Jimmy Butler was so great. The one thing that I hate, when Kobe died, everybody loved him, before nobody gave I just hate how they changed. I think that's a little bit about, there are people that loved Kobe, man. I think you're thinking a little too much of the people that hated him. There were some people that didn't like him, but for the most part, I think Kobe was universally loved. Kobe won an Oscar. He had his number retired by the Lakers. He was a legendary player and figure. I think Kobe was loved. I think there's a little too much. I think you're misremembering. Kobe. I mean, people were talking about the night before Kobe died. LeBron passed Kobe, and people were talking about how great Kobe was and all that. What's up, David? I know the Heat are a great team, but I didn't know how deep they are. If one team can give the Lakers the Clippers a challenge in the finals, it's definitely Miami. Out of all of them, I think it's I agree, but I still think this is a Clippers-Lakers title to be won. I still think it's one of those two teams. Congrats to the Lakers on their big, on their win over the Rockets in Game 3. Right now, I'd probably say Miami against either the Lakers or the Clippers, and I don't know who I'd pick yet. Maybe the Clippers because they're deeper, but man, I just feel like Houston, unfortunately, it's just not enough there for them. I got Celtics and Heat. That's the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, yeah, it's gonna be Heat and probably Celtics. But if Toronto can come back and win, and we do have two games tomorrow. And I should point that out, by the way, as we keep going here. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this every single day about baseball, basketball, football, everything coming out. Tomorrow we have a couple of videos. Tomorrow we have a Raptors-Celtics video. That's going to be around 9 o'clock because that game starts at 6:40. And then we have Clippers-Nuggets. That game is at 9, so get ready for that. And then I don't know, because Thursday the NFL season starts. We're gonna have Texans-Chiefs reactions. We have baseball reactions every day. We just did a Yankees reaction today. That was painful to do and watch. But go check out the Yankees video that we did earlier today. It was absolutely brutal, and I hated every second of it. But we did do a Yankees reaction today, and that was kind of fun, I guess, for you guys. Celtics over Heat and Lakers over Clippers. All right. I mean, that is the dream finals matchup right now. Now that it's not going to be Lakers Bucks, it's probably Lakers Celtics. That is probably the matchup with everybody that in terms of ratings. It's a new generation because for years we had Magic and Bird. But for back in the day, it was Jerry West and Bill Russell. It was Wilt and Bill Russell. And then we moved along, and then it was Larry versus Magic. And then we moved into another era. It was Kobe and Kobe versus KG Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. And then it was Kobe and Paul Gasol versus KG Ray Allen and Paul Pierce. They're making fun of Ernie Johnson right now, I believe, because Ernie Johnson shouted out Big Ross. Oh God, what's his name? Big Ross or whatever. Ernie Johnson, the coolest guy on television. I love Ernie so much. So shout out to Ernie. All right, there. Celtics versus Heat and Lakers versus Clippers. I'm joking, man. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, you guys know I'm terrible at context. I'm very gullible. So you guys have to remember that when I tell something stupid. Oh gosh, the OBS is slowing down here. But this was a great game. This was a really fun game. I wish it could have been a little bit closer in the fourth quarter. Wish it could have been a little bit more exciting. But the Lakers had to do what they had to do. They pulled out to that lead there in the fourth, and Houston just slowed down. Houston was not able to get back up to speed, and that 10-0 run was critical. And Rondo took over. It was playoff Rondo in that minute and a half. Playoff Rondo took over and won this game for the Lakers. And the Lakers again now up 2-1 in this playoffs. And now we sit there and wonder, how does Houston recover? How does Houston respond from this? Not entirely sure. Shout out Bob Ross, huh? Oh, no, not Bob Ross. Did I say Bob Ross? Frankie, can I send $500? Sure. If you want to if you guys want to send whatever amount of money you want to me, please. But I don't force you guys to send whatever money you want. Like, of course, do whatever you want. But if you want to send it, I will not reject it. No. Who's the rapper that Ernie was referencing tonight? Ernie was referencing a rapper. I should know this. It was Rick Ross. That's right. And Ernie, because there was a beat playing during the halftime show, and they're like, Ernie, do you know what that is? And Ernie said, yeah, it's Rick Ross. It was pretty amazing. Ernie Johnson again, the coolest cat on television. Yeah, it's the boss, Rick Ross. That's pretty amazing. Say less. But yes, talk less, smile more. Say less. Okay. My mom probably don't go enough on her card, but I'm gonna try. Okay, I don't want you guys to make, money's tight right now. But if you guys want to send anything to the channel, please. The Rockets played good in the first half. They stunk in the second half. Yes, they were terrific. They were terrific. In the first, does Ernie have a family? He does. He has a wife. He has a couple kids. I think one of them has an autism type or something like that. I think it's worse than that. So Ernie's a good man though. Transaction canceled. Okay, sure. I wasn't expecting $500. No. But yeah, in the second half, they were not able to flip the switch. The Lakers were. Denver wasn't. No, it's fine, man. You don't have. Oh, I bit my tongue. You don't have to be sorry about that. Oh, it was brutal. I bit my tongue right on the canker sore that I have on the tongue of my mouth. That's brutal. But yeah, and we saw it last night. Clippers turned on the switch. Denver didn't. Tonight we see it. Lakers turned on the switch. Rockets didn't. And that's the problem right there. Also, shout out to Robert Covington. That looked like a brutal elbow to the face. That looked horrific. I'm glad he did okay. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep because I got school. All right, Jay, take care, my man. God bless. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night for Game 3 of Clippers Nuggets. Look forward to that. Jimmy Butler and Heat to the finals. What's up, Max? Good to see you again. It's hard to bet against them right now. They are the hottest team right now in terms of, and we saw this last year with Toronto. It's usually in baseball that we see this. Sometimes in football. It's not usually the best team that wins the title. It's the hottest team. The team that gets red hot at the end, that's usually the team that pulls it off. And Jimmy Butler right now in Miami they've got something rolling. They have something ever since the bubble came back. This team has been on fire. They've played so well, got so many guys contributing at once. And they went into Milwaukee, or not went into Milwaukee, they took on Milwaukee and destroyed them. I just like how the Heat are constructing a mix of young and veterans in their defense is still slept on. Yeah, they've been a highly underrated team for a long time. And they're really showing it now. Cypher is out for XXL. I have no idea what that means. I'm sure somebody out there knows what that means, but I don't. But this was such a big win for Miami today to finally finish off the Bucks. And now Milwaukee's got a long offseason. Well, actually, I don't know if it's that long. The NBA offseason now is like 2-3 months. I guess it's the same as usual, but like it seems shorter this year because of the whole COVID thing. But they're gonna have an offseason to figure out what the heck's our problem and how do we fix this. And remember, Giannis is a free agent next year, and I have a feeling that if this next season doesn't go as well as this season did, he's gonna want out of there. RIP Yankees resting $2 billion and counting. Gosh, I hate. They are so bad right now. They are doing nothing good on offense. They are sleeping on offense. Upsets are good for basketball because it rarely happens. Yeah, I mean that's why why we love March Madness is the upsets. It's the unpredictability of it. We don't usually see that in the NBA. We usually see the best team win. So to see an upset like this, to see the 4 or 5 seed, I forget which one they were, destroy the 1 seed, I wouldn't mind seeing the Heat go to the finals. On the other hand, could you imagine the Lakers Celtics in the finals? That'd be great. I mean, Lakers Celtics has always been a legendary rivalry going back to the 50s and 60s to when the Celtics had that great run, and then the 80s, of course. The Lakers Celtics brought NBA into the mainstream with Magic, with Larry. The NBA Finals was tape delayed. And Larry and Magic saved the NBA and made it live, and then of course recently we had Kobe and it was the first series I think went 6. This one went the second one went 7. It was Kobe, it was Gasol, it was Lamar Odom. It was when Meta World Peace was going crazy. I forget, he may have been Ron Artest at that point, and then Celtics, it was KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rondo. So those were fun. Those were fun series, and we might get that again this year. And I didn't think that was going to happen at the beginning of the year. I don't know how many people had that, but here we go. Trey White getting good market value is nice. Good for Trey White. But man, this is now the East is wide open. Heat, Celtics, Raptors. Let's go. 3 very good teams. 3 teams who are maybe getting hot here at the right time. May the best man win. Lakers Celtics is not really surprised if one of those teams. What's up, Lake Nona? Good to see you. But Lakers Celtics isn't really a shock if not Lakers Celtics. Lakers Clippers isn't really a shock because if those teams make it, because those 2 teams were probably the best 2 teams in the Western Conference all year long. So it's not. But Milwaukee was the best team in the Eastern Conference, bar none, the entire year. And now here that they are out in the second round, it leaves open a lot of questions. And we're gonna have a very unexpected Eastern Conference champion this year, and that's fine with me because again, the more parity, the better. The more chaos, the better. That's what we've had. That's what we've had in this playoffs. Nothing but chaos, and I want more of it. I embrace it. Some people, what does Michael Caine say in The Dark Knight? Some people just want to watch the world burn, and right now I want to watch the NBA burn. Not of course literally, just figuratively. The order and what we thought was going to happen, burn it all down. Let's see what happens. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. I'm hoping for the same thing in the NFL season this year. Let's have wildness. Let's have chaos. I wanted that in baseball, but unfortunately the Yankees are the chaotic one right now. And that's not good for me at all. Basketball is bad for parity. I don't think any sport's bad for parity. I mean, yeah, I guess basketball usually is, but like, I think every sport can benefit from parity. The NFL, it's one of the reasons why we love the NFL. We haven't had a repeat champion in like 20 years. It was the 03-04 Patriots. That was the last team to do it. So it's almost 20 years. It's about 17, 18 years now. Well, if it's 03, then 17 years. So, and yeah, parity's good, and I love it right now here in the NBA. The Greek Freak overrated? I don't know if I want to go that. I mean, he might win the MVP. He might win a second MVP. I'm not willing to go that far yet, that he's overrated now. But he certainly needs to improve his game, and he needs to improve his shot. Because, let me tell you something. The playbook is now out for how you beat Giannis. Shut him in the paint, and then he's got nowhere to go. Now, it's hard to shut him in the paint, but if you can, you got it. If you can stop him from getting to the basket, because he can't shoot. He needs, in the offseason, he's going to have a lot of time now. He needs to go to his house. I'm sure he's had a basketball court there. And I don't know if he participated in that horse championship that happened during the quarantine. I don't know if he did, but you know what? If you are Giannis, take all the time this offseason to learn how to shoot mid-range, shoot long. Once you learn that, you are going to be a great player because he has all the talent. MVP doesn't matter if you can make it to the finals. No, yeah, that's fair, but it's like, it doesn't mean he's not great. In terms of overrated, overrated, it depends on whether or not he's what are we rating him? Are we rating him as the best player of all time? Then yeah, I think he's overrated. Are we overrating him as the best player in the league? Maybe. If it's like, he's top 5 player in the league, I still think he is. So it all depends on what the rating is. But this Milwaukee team was definitely overrated because I thought they were going to the finals. This Heat team reminds me a lot of the 04 Pistons. Not a lot of all-stars, but a bunch of selfish team player guys. The 04 Pistons was the first team that I watched I watched their championship, I believe. And they were a great team. And yeah, they had Rip Hamilton. That 04 Pistons team was fun. They took on the daunted Lakers. They took on the daunted Los Angeles Lakers. And yeah, they beat them down. That Lakers team had Kobe and Shaq at the end of their run. They had Karl Malone and Gary Payton at the end, all trying to get one title. And nothing. And because they ran into Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace. And I'm missing a couple other guys. But it was a real team effort. And also one of the great coaches of all time in Larry Brown. The Vegas Golden Knights 3, the Dallas Stars series tie 1-1. Good. But I guess even MVPs is not as important as Finals MVPs. No, I agree. I'm just you can have neither one is bad. I mean, every regular season MVP is going to be in the Hall of Fame, or every NBA regular season MVP has either gotten to the Hall of Fame or will be in the Hall of Fame, with the exception of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is the only one who looks like he's not getting in. Derrick Rose might get in. They might just sit there and go, all right, he was a great player. He was great in college, great in the NBA for a couple of years. We'll give it to him. But he's the one that I would be cautious of him right now getting. This is like a young LeBron. He'll be fine. I agree. I agree. I think he'll be. But maybe we're gonna have to wonder about, is next year gonna be the last year of Giannis? Where's he gonna want to go after this? The 95 Rockets is what I want more NBA teams to be. No, yeah, that team just destroyed Orlando. That's a team I hear about a lot in terms of how dominant they were. The way they just destroyed that Magic team. And that was a well-coached, nice play team. Giannis is so overrated, I can see him go to the Knicks and fall there and break my heart. I'm not even thinking about him going to the Knicks because I'm already assuming he's not going to go to the Knicks. I'm already assuming that he's going to do he's going to do what every free agent does. He's going to entertain, hey, I love playing in Madison Square Garden. No, it's like the mecca of basketball. And he's going to give him a free agent meeting or two. Knicks fans are going to get their hopes up again. They're going to clear so much cap space to get Giannis. They're going to trade away somebody at the trade deadline so that they can get Giannis, so they have a max spot at the free agency. And then the day's going to come and Giannis is going to be like, I'm not going to go. I'm going to go sign with X. And then he's going to come out like 2 weeks later, oh yeah, I was never going to sign with the Knicks. And then everybody lost to the Knicks again. That's a prediction that's going to happen. I'm not entirely sure what team he's going to, but I think you can safely say that is going to happen. Sixers need to get Billy Donovan. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Billy Donovan out at Oklahoma City. I guess fine, understandable. I mean, he's been there for a while, and it didn't work out. If they want to get rid of him, I guess it's okay. It's been with the Sixers with or the Thunder with Scott Brooks, now Donovan. It just hasn't really worked out there. I don't know if the problem is with the coaching there, but you could always try to improve it. But I guess you just came to the point when you just realized it wasn't going to work. Not only does Giannis need to work on his jump shot, but he needs a post game too. All right, that's fine. But again, he's great. He's great when he gets to the rim. He's so athletic and such a freak. But yeah, jump shot, post game, sure, whatever. But it's definitely the jump shot. The jump shot absolutely needs to improve for him. Without that, he is going to be nothing. And then and they're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks right now. I am wondering, is Giannis going to get the MVP? And if they are going to announce it, I'm also wondering though, if Giannis was going to get the MVP, wouldn't they have not announced it like a week ago or like a couple of days so they could like guarantee that? Because I don't know, it feels like they usually announce the NBA MVP like in the second round of the playoffs. They don't usually announce it in the first or then like the third round. So maybe LeBron's going to win the MVP. Who knows here? But it's amazing to think that this Bucks team is done. I thought for sure they were going to be a contender in this championship all year long, and they would have been the unofficial NBA champions if the bubble got shut. I was going to unofficially crown them champions if the NBA season got shut down. I was going to unofficially declare them champions, and that didn't happen. But now they got to figure out what's next. All right. So if you guys have any more comments here, we got about at least 5 more minutes here. So if you guys have any more final comments, final questions, please let us know here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to talk about. Worked on a couple projects today. I don't really know if there's anything else. We talked about the Yankees and how abysmal they are, and I want to trade every single player on this team. And Gary Sanchez needs to be sent down immediately. I'm so sick of seeing his face. He's so awful. I don't care that there's no. I don't care that there's no minor league baseball this year. Send him down. What's up with hold on, wait. Not they were stupid to fire Donovan. Nobody expected them to be good this year in the last couple of years like they should have been, but they weren't would have been any better in the next couple of years with the young roster. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. I will not argue that point. But I guess they just came to the realization. I guess sometimes you just come to the realization where you just look at that. It's like in a relationship where you just sit there and go, you know what, this just isn't going to work. And if the goal is title, like, yeah, was Billy Donovan the reason to blame there? I would say no, but like I think at some point you're just like, you know what, this thing between us, it's just not going to happen. So might as well cut bait and try to find the new coach. People really need to stop the Shaq Giannis comparison. They both can't shoot to save their lives, but Prime Shaq was unstoppable. Yeah, no, Prime Shaq was better than Giannis. I agree, but you know that's kind of unfair. Like Shaq in his prime was maybe the most unstoppable thing the NBA has ever seen. What's up with Rondo? I don't know what the heck is up with Rondo, but more of that, please. More of that. The Lakers need more of that. Who do you see winning out of the Celtics, Raptors, and Clippers Nuggets game tomorrow? I say Raptors win. I said we go to a game 7 there. I said the Clippers win game 4 and really put the pressure on Milwaukee or Denver. You excited for the NFL? Oh, of course, man. Of course. NFL videos all season. NFL videos. We'll have Texans Chiefs reaction on Thursday. We'll have NFL. We'll have NFL reactions on Sunday. We'll have the every touchdown video that will come out Sunday night. We have so many things planned. We have week 1 recaps. Go Giants! All hail Danny Dimes. Yes, I'm rooting for the Giants too this season, but I believe Daniel Jones is going to get better, but I don't know about the whole team around him. That defense in the first half is terrible. Fair, yes, but you know, whatever. They're showing Jimmy Butler right now. Texans will be destroyed Thursday. I do have the Chiefs winning that game. I think I picked the Chiefs minus 9.5. I don't know what the line is right now. The Kansas City was a 9.5 point. And by the way, for those that don't know, 9.5 means like the spread, and you're supposed to say whether or not so Kansas City's a 9.5 point favorite. You're supposed to on that line. You're supposed to say whether or not the Chiefs are going to cover that spread, which means they're going to win by 9.5, or if the Texans are going to cover it, which means the Texans will either lose by less than 9.5 or win outright. And I think Kansas City is a 9.5 point favorite. At least that's what was on my show. Then it may have bumped up to 10. But I'm taking Kansas City here. I just think it's the first game back. I don't know if they're going to be fans there, but I think, and the Texans are going to lose a little bit without Hopkins there. Kansas City's a 9-point favorite. Okay, so they went down a little bit. So Kansas City's a 9-point favorite here. The Giants are 5.5 point underdogs against the Steelers on Monday night, and the Jets are 6.5 point underdogs against the Bills. So that should be fun. I don't know about either team there. Will you attend games? Well, you attended games if you allowed. Oh, would I attend games if I was allowed? No, I actually have never been. This might shock you guys. I've never been to an NFL game, and one of the big reasons is because usually there's other NFL games going on at that time, so I don't have the time to do it. And I also just feel like the TV experience. Maybe one day I'll go, but I just feel like TV experience is better. I just feel like the actual experience of watching a game, like baseball is fun. I feel like to see it, and basketball is fun. For some reason, I just feel like the NFL experience at home is so much better than the experience at a game. But maybe, especially since the NFL weather is usually so cold, baseball is usually in the spring. Football is usually in the fall and the winter, and the NBA is indoors. So, yeah, I have not been to an NFL game yet. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I'll decide to go. But right now, no. Frankie, I'm taking you to a game for the experience. All right, it's got to be like a Sunday night game or a Monday night game or a Thursday night. It cannot be a 1 o'clock game because I'm going to be watching other stuff at the time. But yeah, and by the way, it can't be this year. Not this year. Not after COVID. After we all are vaccinated or whatever it takes to get rid of COVID, and after that, then maybe I'll go. But yeah, right now I can't. Right now I can't go. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with football fans this year. If they're going to be allowing them, I'm sure some of the stadiums are going to be like, sure, we're going to try to do it. But I think you're running a risk there. You just right now with no plan for anybody to avoid this yet. And I saw some bad news. I think in England they had like a vaccine that they were working on, and they had to stop the trials because I guess they found a bad side effect. So I don't know when these vaccines are going to be out, and I think until then it's going to be difficult for stadiums, I think, to allow fans like that in. Could you step back, watch the game, and drink a beer and be fine? I could. I don't drink beer though. I got an apple juice, I kind of a water. I even like orange juice, but no, not a beer guy. Not a beer guy. I am a water guy. We have a little Poland Springs right here. We're not advertising. I just like Poland Springs. Poland Springs, Aquafina, and Dasani. Those are my 3 waters. But yeah, not a beer guy. Not a beer guy, and just don't want to get high on that stuff. All right, so can you grow your hair and beard? No. I mean I could. Technically I could, but I like the hair. I like how short it is. I don't think I look very attractive with long hair. I will pay for that. How much? I'm willing to be bought. I'm willing to be bought here. But like usually, like there's like I will do almost anything legal for $1 billion. That would not require $1 billion though. But you know, and the beard. I have grown out the beard a little bit, but not too much. I like to be clean because I also find I've realized beards make you look older, and I'm trying to look as young as possible. I want to try to be young forever. So I'm trying to. So yeah, beards I feel like make me look older, so I'm trying to get rid of that. And the hair, for some reason, I've always had it. It looks nice, and I really don't really have much interest in like changing my hair. But who knows? I mean, we are in the final few months of civilization anyway. So yeah, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. Okay, yeah, that is fair. We're back, Coke, like Mike Fran. Yeah, Mike Fran. Mike Francesa has the best troll video. The people just. I kind of missed that about Francesa. They just trolled into oblivion. They just. And the callers were just great with him. And now they're over. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of. I've seen a lot of them too. They're great. Francesa now, it's sad seeing Francesa. He's become a shell of himself. He's just an angry guy on Twitter now. It's just, your heroes will always disappoint you. Like the Yankees this year the Yankees have disappointed me. Francesa's disappointed me. Your heroes almost always disappoint you. The Milwaukee Bucks disappointed people, I'm sure, this year. So, gosh. Thank you guys again for the support that you've given this channel. We are now at 5192 in terms of the number of subscribers that we've had. Jason Giambi, I don't know how that started, but I find it hilarious that it did. Kind of hilarious that people were just like, sure, Jason Giambi, let's go. For Yankees coach. I am wondering here, what are the Yankees going to do with their managerial spot? Are they actually going to get rid of Boone here? I don't know if they are. I mean, if they go under 500, maybe. I mean, I said today the Yankees have not gone under 500 in 28 years. So if they went under 500, that might be a reason to fire Boone. Or is Cashman going to sit there and go, it was a fluke year, it was a weird year, we'll be fine next year. And it was just the injuries. But goodness, it's amazingly how bad this team, after Judge and Stanton left, this team is shut down. They need Didi. They need somebody like Didi who always has that emotional spark. I mean, the Rays only scored 2 runs tonight, and that was all they needed because the Yankees scored 1. The Yankees were. How is it that a team with this amount of talent only can score 1 run? Mike Francesa over Poke Francis. I'm good with that. Sorry to any Catholic out there watching, but yeah, I'm a big Francesa guy. So the Celtics Heat, a potential Eastern Conference Finals. It could be Celtics Heat, Raptors Heat. Let's go. Should be fun. So any more comments here, guys? Any other questions? Thank you, Max and Ranch, and I don't know if anybody else is in there, but thank you all you guys for watching these videos, and it's fun doing these. I have so much fun every night doing these and just laugh. It gives me a nice laugh, which is what I need right now. I need laughter. Back after this. I thought about doing Princessa parodies, but I never really got to it. I never really had the time. Alright, okay, will the Rockets win Game 4? Sports players. I don't know, because I feel like the Lakers have possession of this series now, but I'm also wondering what kind of Rockets are we going to get? I mean, we saw the best of Harden and Westbrook, I felt like, tonight, and it wasn't enough. So, are we going to get, like, Harden and Westbrook the best of them, or are we going to get the worst of them, where they're, like, 1 for 17 from the field? They're like John Starks in Game 7 in '94, and they can't hit anything. And what's going to happen here with Rondo? There's a lot of X factors here. Frankie, you are my favorite sports analyst. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the love. I have the best fans. I really do. It's cool. The love and appreciation is cool. So, I say Lakers win Game 4. I say Rockets, you dunk over Stephen A. Smith. Oh, of course, because I don't have stupid analysis. I don't say things for the act of saying them. I actually know a thing about baseball. I hate the Lakers so much. Refs were terrible. I mean, I'm not gonna look. I can't complain about the NBA refs anymore. It's just like, why do I like? It's like sitting there and complaining. Why is the sun so bright? Why is it so hot in the summer? Why is it so cold in the winter? It is what it is. The refs are going to be terrible. They're always going to be terrible until we have robot refs. They're going to be terrible. So, whatever. It is. Thoughts on Odell? Why? Why do I have to give thoughts on that? Why? I don't know if it's true or not. I really don't care. I mean, that's allegedly disgusting, but wow, just I'm so glad we got him off the Giants. That's all. I'm so glad he's off the Giants because I wouldn't have to deal with this. it's just look. People can do what they want, as long as it's legal. I guess that's not. I mean, to quote the Seinfeld line, what Odell is allegedly, what is alleged of doing, and I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to talk. But Google it if you don't know. This whole Odell thing is like the line from Seinfeld where George Costanza goes, "That's not offensive. It's abnormal, but it's not offensive." So it's not offensive. It's not illegal, but it is definitely 100% abnormal. So that is my take on it. And I really don't want to talk about it anymore because I was so grossed out about that whole thing. LeBron and AD need suspensions. I don't know for what. I mean, yes, if the Rockets want to win this series, yeah, but I don't know what they're going to get suspended for. They're just. I really don't know if there's anything right now that they've done that's a problem. But yeah, they're really good. This Lakers team right now is really showing their potential. And we've seen it a lot this season, but now they're really getting into a groove here and second straight series where they lost game 1. And I don't know what it is about this Lakers team, but I mentioned it on yesterday's show, or I think it was yesterday. No, 2 days ago. The 2 times LeBron won the finals, they lost game 1 in both of those series. They lost game 1 against the Thunder, and they won that series. The 3 times LeBron's won the title, they lost game 1 against the Thunder, they won the series. They lost game 1 against the Spurs, they won the series. They lost game 1 against the Warriors, they won that series. So and now in the back-to-back series here they lost to the Blazers. They lost game 1. They won the series, and now they lost to the Rockets here in game 1. They're up 2-1. LaFlop, yeah, yeah, I know he's done that forever. Did you see Odell's Instagram post? I did. He's trying to ignore that. I mean, it wasn't really a denial. And one of my favorite political sayings is an attack unanswered is an attack admitted. So that may be an admission, but I also really don't care. I'm just glad he's not on my team. And I'm glad I'm not dating him. I'm glad he's not interested in me. Oh, gosh. The internet. The internet gives the worst people attention. I hope I'm not in that category, but the internet really gives morons and yo-yos their voices, lets their voices heard. Lakers cheated. I don't know for what. Well, I mean, if you want to say the refs are bad, yeah, but I mean, I really don't know what they did. This isn't like the Astros, who were caught, taping and everything, and maybe allegedly using wires, even though there's no proof of that. Even though I hope that there's proof of that. Instagram thoughts, we call them. Yeah, Instagram thoughts, trolls, morons, people sitting at home in their mother's basement. There's a lot of them out there, more than ever, because now they don't have, there's, all these shutdowns going on, so now they're sitting at home really with nothing to do. So, yeah, it's rough. It's sad, that they exist. Again, spread love, spread happiness. This world is so depressing and cynical as it is. If everybody just shared love and happiness and there was no hatred for anyone, regardless of whatever, like you just didn't hate somebody. You hate somebody if you hate somebody, it was because of their actions, because they were a hateful person, not because of their skin or whatever. If you just showed everybody love, like the world would be such a better place. Why doesn't everybody do that? Just show love. It's not that hard. When Antonio Brown played football this year, he'll have a TV show with Larry Johnson. He will not have a TV show with Larry Johnson, but I'm also not convinced he's going to play football this year. I think he's too much of a nutcase. I don't think it's worth it. I think he may have CTE allegedly. I just think it's just not worth bringing him in, at least for 1 year. So I'm not interested in I don't think any team should bring him in. I also wanted to. I did want to weigh in. I think I have a theory here, but I want to prove it first before I do it. But yeah, I would not sign Antonio Brown this year. I just don't think it's worth that kind of that kind of attention and negativity. It's just, and especially the things that he's been accused of. It's just no. He's crazy. That's sad. Thursday night, Lakers Rockets game 4. We will. I don't know how we're going to be reacting to that. Oh, by the way, I have a great theory. I have a great theory about Kaepernick here. I have to share it to you guys, and I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I have a Kaepernick theory that is crazy. So Colin Kaepernick, and this is probably going to get controversial, but I don't care. I'm still sorry about your stomach, man. Hope you get better. Antonio needs to stay in therapy. Kaepernick. Okay, great. Colin Kaepernick somehow is an 81 in Madden. Is he an 81 or an 84? Oh, he's an 81? Okay. He's an 81. Okay, because that was not my theory. I was disappointed because I thought he had an 84. I had a really cynical one where I thought he had an 84, and I was wondering why he had an 84. And then I realized that 8 minutes and 46 seconds was the amount of time George Floyd had the officer's knee on his neck. So I was wondering, did they give him that rating to coincide with George Floyd? Was it like a secret Black Lives Matter message? But then he had an 81, and that all went out the window. So apologies. For that worse the theory, because for a second I really thought I had a very interesting theory, but then it was an 81, and my soul was crushed. That one hit on Antonio could have messed him up. You know that? Oh yeah, the one on Bunch is perfect. Are you gonna get PS5 or Xbox? No, I'm not. Probably not. Will he kneel for the anthem during games? I don't think they have the anthem during games. I heard somebody say his favorite play in the game is a quarterback kneel. So QB kneel. So I'm sure there'll be somebody on Twitter or YouTube who will use Kaepernick and have him kneel during every play. It looks like the squid from SpongeBob. Sure. I don't know which one, but yeah, I get you. I'm fine that he's in Madden. I wouldn't have him as an 81, but whatever. And that's really all. Yeah, the one with the long nose. Squidward is an amazing character. I love Squidward. As I've gotten older, I've really come to appreciate Squidward. I used to hate Squidward, and now I've really come to appreciate him. Thoughts on a new Oscar role? I'm trying to understand what that is. The Best Picture rule. So it seems so forced and pandering. I guess they're just trying to prevent a Green Book situation from happening here. I'm looking here for the Best Picture rule. So it's diversity rules. I'm trying to hear exactly what it is. They'll need to follow inclusion standards. What? I mean, is it really? Do I like it? I don't know. It is what it is, though. At this point, I guess they don't want a Green Book. They don't want a driving Miss Daisy. They don't want a situation where it's an all white cast. That doesn't look good for them. It reinforces the worst stereotypes about the Academy. So they're trying to do something here, and whatever. I guess it's fine. So, all right, so the diversity rules here. It seems so forced and pandering. Maybe it is. All right, so. Okay, because they don't want the Oscars so white then. So the organization, so you must meet two benchmarks. You must feature actors from underrepresented groups in significant roles or accounting for at least 30% of the cast. Similar criteria on behind the scenes. Significant commitment to paid apprenticeships, internships, and career development, and significant representation among the teams developed to marketing, publicity, and distribution. This will start at the Best Picture beginning in 2024. So, sure, whatever. For Best Picture. Yeah. Colin Kaepernick is a joke and was never a good quarterback. That is unfair. He was a good quarterback when he took over for Alex Smith in 2012, and he went on that run. He was really good. He was like the future of the NFL. He had a playoff game against the Packers, which was one of the most electrifying playoff games I've ever seen from a quarterback. He was good. And then he was really great in 2012. And then he was good in 2013, and then he started to fall off the cliff because that's when Harbaugh was getting pushed out the door. He was never as good as he was when he was with Harbaugh. Harbaugh really made him a great quarterback. And then once Harbaugh left, it wasn't the same. So other team figured him out and exposed him. That's why he got benched in the first place. Yeah, that's understandable. But goodness, that is quite. I miss the days when Colin Kaepernick was just a NFL quarterback and not a trigger warning. But this is 2020, and now, I mean, forever he's no longer going to be known as a quarterback. He's not going to be referred to anymore as a quarterback. What he'll be known for is what he did off the field and the whole complicated story of why he left and why nobody signed him. And there's a bunch of different reasons, but it's not worth getting into. Tim Tebow is better than Kaepernick. Nah. Kaepernick, I think, was better. I think all around. Now, I think Tim Tebow deserved another shot at being a starting quarterback. I agree with that. But he did get a lot of chances of being a backup and was never able to become a starter. I think Kaepernick was a legitimate starter. Again, he led a team to the Super Bowl. I'd rather have Sanchez over Kaepernick now. I think I'd rather have Kaepernick. I mean, again, like the peak of Kaepernick, I'd rather have that over the peak of Sanchez. I'm just talking in terms of quarterback talent. I think Kaepernick was a better. He had more potential. Now again, once Harbaugh left, he was done. But he was a dual threat. He was a great thrower, and he was fantastic at running the ball. He was a great dual threat quarterback. And he really gave the Niners a spark in 2012. So I think he was good. Like, people forget that he was really good for a while. I do think that if he wins the Super Bowl, he never gets benched or never gets cut. And even if he does the anthem stuff, he never gets cut because I think he has a Super Bowl ring and he has more power. Tebow had one really good game in the playoffs beating the Steelers. That's it. But yeah, he led a team to a 7-1. He was 7-1 at one point, and then he lost 3 in a row at the end of the regular season. Then he won that playoff game. The playoff game was the best he ever played. It was in that game he threw for over 300 yards. So Tebow had potential there for a minute. But I think he deserved another shot at being a starting quarterback. But yeah, his quarterback throwing motion was awful. He was abysmal. I loved watching him though. Like, he was a great lightning rod for the league. He was so much fun. And it's sad that he left. Sad that Kaepernick left. Kaepernick for other reasons, but I love those lightning rod players. I love those quarterbacks or players that are electrifying. Or they either electrify or they're controversial. I love those names. Like, it brings I love those big name guys. Never had the arm. He never had the arm, but he had a game where he had a couple games where he had the arm. That Steelers game was one of them. $18 Mahomes or 13 Manning? I think 18 Mahomes. Close. 13 Manning was amazing, but I think I'd go with 18 Mahomes, just slightly better. But both are. I mean, for Peyton to be that good that late in his career was great. But yeah, 18 Mahomes was a different animal. First full year in the league, and he came out flying. He came out just throwing the ball and making plays that we'd never seen anybody make before. I love watching it. I can't wait to see him starting Thursday. Eli Manning is the real GOAT. Beat the Patriots twice. That's amazing. That is amazing. I still don't know how he did it, but he beat the Giants in 42. No, he beat the Patriots in 42. He beat the Patriots in 46. He was clutching those 2 Super Bowls. Manning had 52 or 55. Manning had 55 touchdowns that year. Manning had 55. Actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I may have to go with 13. I forgot that he had 55. I thought he had 50. I forgot he had 55. So I may have to go with 13 Manning. But it's really close though. Darnold or Jones this year? Can I go with neither? I'm gonna say Darnold because it's his third year as opposed to Jones' second. But it's not. It's tough. I'm not impressed right now with really either one of them. Both of them have a lot of problems with their throwing and their teams around them. So I have legitimate concerns here. Why is Marcus Smart? Why are their players still wearing a bubble? Why are their players still wearing masks? In bubbles in the bubble in Orlando, like, there's no COVID there. Darnold until he gets mono again, then Danny Dimes will be ahead. Man, Darnold was getting weird diseases before it was cool. Darnold was getting mono. I mean, I'll take mono over COVID any day. I'll take Darnold. I'll take COVID. I'll take mono over COVID 7 days a week and then Sunday again. 13 Manning for sure. 07 Brady or 18 Mahomes. That one's a little bit closer. That one I may have to go with 18 Mahomes there. Astros win the second game of the doubleheader tonight over the A's 5-4 tonight. All right, the Astros are back. The Astros are winning more than the Yankees, which is depressing. The Yankees are about to go under 500 for the first time ever in like 28 years. I hate this Yankee team so much. I'll take Odell's situation over COVID easily. Yeah, I probably... I don't ever want to be in that situation, but I'd probably take the Odell... Yeah. Because at least it's not COVID. I don't think what Odell would do would kill me. F Astros. Well, actually, Max, who cares about the Astros? A lot of my subscribers are from Houston because I did a lot of Yankees-Astros live streams back in October, last October for the ALCS. Did a lot of Yankees-Astros live streams, and a lot of Astros fans met me for the first time, and they liked what I saw, and they've joined the channel. So I have a lot of Houston people. Altuve is garbage. I hate that Mitch. I can't say anything about Altuve. He owns us. Altuve owns us. Altuve owns us. Correa owns us. That's not PC. It's not political. I think, yeah, I think it's going to get you canceled. I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore. There's a lot of words that we can't say anymore, and I'm fine with that. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, except the, Red Sox fans. Those people I can hurt. We got about 10 more minutes here, guys. So if you guys have any final comments, any questions here, please let us know as we wrap things up here on another hour-long live stream. Thank you guys again so much for being here and talking. We can't even say woman. No, we can still say woman. We can still say. I don't want to get involved in that. Oh, that's so complicated. Like, I still say men, women. I'm still going to say that. That I'll never... You will not get me to change that. I'll always say men or woman. Yeah. Now, if it's like Caitlyn Jenner, I'll say woman. Like, yeah. It is complicated. I don't know. He looks like an Oompa Loompa. That's one of my favorite movies ever. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's one of my 10 favorite movies of all time. I love that movie so much. Yeah, he's small. He's short, but he packs a punch. And he's an MVP winner. Which I guess he kind of deserved over Aaron Judge, but it was close. It was not unanimous. Goodness, I want to say more about the Astros, like, oh, they cheated, but then we may have cheated too, so I can't really. They cheated worse than us, absolutely, but they cheated in one. We may have cheated and lost, and that's infinitely worse. So we got about 9 more minutes here. Fake MVP winner. There's no asterisk. There's no asterisk next to that, which is sad, but whatever. I wish we'd won in 2017, because then none of this would have happened. If we had won in 2017, none of this would have happened. But then we had to lose in Game 6. We had to lose in Game 7. And here we are. Yeah, and Dodgers never cheated, bro. Didn't I read some reports about the Dodgers? No, but I don't think it's as unanimous as the Dodgers. I wanted to see a Yankees-Astros ALCS this year, and we're not going to get it because the Yankees aren't going to go anywhere. And it's so annoying and so infuriating, and I just hate the fact that this Yankee team is so bad, and that, I don't know. I've given the same rant every day about the Yankees, but I don't know what else there is to say. It's just the same thing every day. It's the disappointment, it's the frustration, it's everything falling apart, it's this team not being able to hit it all. Justin Verlander's wife will be yours. Oh, Mrs. Upton, I would be honored. I mean, that is... Yeah, you got me all distracted here. Woo, boy. Yeah, but I know it's not gonna happen. She is a delight. I'm getting Dodger rumors in like 2015, which while different team basically. Okay, fine. I wanted to be 100% sure about that. And I know the Red Sox, there were rumors that they cheated in 2018. Basically, every baseball team is cheating. Which, yeah, great job, baseball. The sanctity of the game, really, really tarnishing the logo there. Good job. Oh, man. This was a fun game tonight. Lakers, Rockets, good for 3 quarters there, and then the fourth quarter, the Lakers really turned on the Jets and just left Houston in the dust. Rob Manfred. He is a total Rob Manfred. He is a total... I'm not even sure he likes baseball. I'm not even sure he likes it. What are the stupid things that he's doing to the sport? The absolutely idiotic rule changes he's making. Let baseball be what it is. Stop trying to change the game. Stop trying to reinvent the game. I hate it so much. 7-inning games. I despise it. I hate it. It's not baseball. Only for this year. I hate like the put a runner on second. That's not baseball to me. Stop changing baseball. Stop making it different. Baseball is baseball. Stop changing it. I hate him so much. I hate Manfred so much. He's so awful. Okay, I got one copyright notification. I'll figure that out. So, yeah. Terrible commissioner. Terrible. He might be the worst. No, Goodell's still the worst. Goodell. Although Bettman's pretty bad too. So Bettman, Goodell, and Manfred all making a case for worst commissioner. I like the 7th inning rule just for this year. Yeah, just for this year. Not for next year. Not for next year or the year after. Just for this year. Or at least until COVID ends. At least until we have no COVID anymore. I don't want to, until we have a vaccine that is proven, that is efficient, that we are able to inject people with and feel good about it. Until then, Adam Silver's overrated. Silver's been good. I mean, look at the way he's handled this NBA bubble. Silver, I think, the China stuff was bad. Other than that, I feel like he's the Donald Sterling thing he handled great. I feel like the players really respect him. He is a really solid commissioner. I feel like he's the best commissioner right now in the 4 major sports. He gives players too much power. I guess so. We just had, and it's crazy to think about it, that it was only a few weeks ago, but we did have the players strike. We had the players walk out and almost end the season. So we were in that time now. And then the NBA had to give up so much more. I mean, the players are really taking over here in terms of the power that they have. It is their league. It is their league now. The owners are slowly starting to lose power here, and it's going to be the players now. Which, I really don't care whose power it is as long as we get basketball. And again, I'm so glad watching this right now. I'm so glad they didn't cancel the season. How great the last 2 weeks have been. I'm so glad they didn't cancel it. Somebody to tell him that James Dolan is racist. Yeah, please. Hasn't he done some awful, someone tell him that his band is offensive. He's made some, I think, sexist remarks, or something with Maggie Gray. I don't know, but he's made some. He's not a pleasant person to be around or work with, which is understandable considering just kind of moron he is. I'm so sick of seeing his face. I want him to go. He's been a terrible owner for so many years now. Just stop. Stop embarrassing us, Dolan. Stop. Sell the team for all of our sanity. Who's worse, Manfred or Knicks owner? Knicks owner. Because the Knicks owner is hurting me. Manfred's not hurting me personally. This Knicks owner is personally destroying my soul. Oh, we got they're doing Gone Fishing right now on TNT. We are sending the Milwaukee Bucks fishing. R.I.P. to the Milwaukee Bucks this season. They're gone fishing. That's like asking who's a better Clinton. That's funny. Oh gosh, I'm not even gonna answer that because try not to get the politics on this show. We got about 4 more minutes here, guys. So again, just want to tell you guys what's coming up tomorrow. No football tomorrow because that's coming Thursday. But tomorrow we're gonna have Raptors Celtics at that game starts at 6:40. We'll have a reaction to that around 9 o'clock, and then at 11:30 we'll have a live reaction tomorrow to Clippers and Nuggets. So we'll have that. 11:30 tomorrow we'll have Clippers and Nuggets live reaction. So join us then. We'll break down game 4 of that, and then tomorrow we also have the tomorrow we have the Yankees and the Blue Jays. When is that game ending? Or when is that game starting? So that game's at 6:37. So around 9 o'clock tomorrow, or 9:37, we'll have a Yankees reaction tomorrow. So we'll have that, and then I'll get it over with. This I just hate this. End this season already. The Yankees could go under 500 tomorrow. That could be interesting. Great. We got the Epstein. Stuff in there. I guess not conspiracy theory. So they're showing the Bucks going fishing right now. They got Giannis jumping off the boat. The boat right now, on the Gone Fishing right now on Inside the NBA, the boat that they have for the Bucks is called Greek Tragedy. That's what this is. That's really fun. So yeah, the Bucks are gone fishing. They are out of the NBA playoffs. Amazing to believe. And now we are down to 1, 3, 5, 7. We are down to 7 teams right now in the NBA playoffs. Lizard people and Mike Zuckerberg is one of them. Oh dear, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. You don't want to be on that list. That's not a list. I want to be on Santa's list. I do not want to be on the Jeffrey Epstein list. So the buck stops here. Yep, they do. Go on fishing, Milwaukee. Sorry. See you next season. So tomorrow, again, we'll have all the videos tomorrow. We're down to 7 teams right now in the NBA playoffs. Miami goes on. Congratulations to them. And then we had these 2 games today. We had the we had the Heat game, and we had this Lakers Rockets game that was fun, enjoyable, and we saw terrific performances from LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Rajon Rondo. Playoff Rondo comes through and gets the win for the Lakers here, and the Lakers are now up 2-1 in this series. And again, now they have the momentum. Now they have the advantage. We'll see what they can do in Game 4. Bucks were like a deer caught in headlights. Amen. Giannis missing? No, Giannis is not missing. No, again on the Gone Fishing. Again, we're just talking about inside. If you don't know what they're doing on Inside the NBA, they do like a Gone Fishing thing at the end of the year for every team that gets eliminated in the playoffs. They have like their picture. They have like them images imposed on a boat or whatever. And Giannis wanted. And so they had Giannis like jumping off a boat or something like that. But yeah, Giannis is not missing. Giannis was on the boat. It's complicated if you don't understand it, but if you Google Inside the NBA Gone Fishing, you'll understand it, and it's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite things to do every year. Alright, so that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more videos just like this every single day. Giannis was definitely missing, though, in the series. He was definitely... He was MIA, especially in the first couple games. Congrats to the Lakers on a huge win tonight. Congrats to Miami on moving on to the conference finals. We'll be back tomorrow with a couple more reactions. We'll have the Nuggets-Clippers thing at 11 o'clock tomorrow, 11:30. We'll have the Yankee video as well. Every home run video as well. That's coming out later tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for staying with me here for the hour, and thanks for the continued support. Take